Hi guys, welcome to Ask Milena, your personal advice channel. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is a phrase that we use so very often in our own head. We say it to ourselves all the time. We say it to others probably many times a day. And it really sets us up for feeling trapped, feeling powerless, feeling like we can't really change the circumstances of our day, even with the littlest things. And that phrase came to my mind based on a question from a person we're going to call Jessie for today. When they said they were feeling really overwhelmed, they had a full-time job, they were a parent, they had an ailing parent that they were taking care of, way too many balls in the air, juggling too many duties, tasks, responsibilities, and feeling overwhelmed. Who hasn't felt that way, right? All of us have been there. And then we read personal blogs and posts and advice about how we can feel better. And a lot of them tell us you need to make time and space for yourself, maybe meditation, long walks in nature, exercise, go to the gym, take a dance class. And all of these are amazing, wonderful things. And I personally try to do them all the time. But there are moments where we already have too much going on. And in that moment, you feel like, well, if the only way for me to feel better is to actually find more time somehow on top of everything else that I have to do in order to feel better, then it makes you feel even more hopeless. You're thinking, well, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to feel better. It's a lost cause. And what I've discovered from my personal experience, because I have been there for many years, actually, was that we can change that one particular phrase that we say to ourselves all the time and replace it with something else. And that creates a huge shift in how you feel in that particular moment, even if you don't do anything differently. And that's the thing, and that's why I like it. And that phrase, and I would like for you to go back and see if you've said it today, maybe or the day before, is I have to. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to make dinner, I have to pick up the kids from school, I have to go to work, I have to complete this presentation, I have to complete that report, whatever it is. And how does that feel when you think about it? I have to. It doesn't feel that great. It makes you feel like some sort of external force, something outside of you, is making you do that without you even having a choice. And that just, the feeling is horrible. And if you keep that feeling throughout the day, that adds to your stress, and it's how it really makes you feel, because sometimes you would have pretty much the exact same day with the exact same circumstances, driving, going to work, whatever your daily routine is, but you would feel different, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference why. Why on certain days with the exact same routine I feel much better, and why with the same routine on a different day I feel worse. And a lot of that has to do with our own internal thought process, the things that we choose to say to ourselves. Now, the problem with that is that most of the time we don't consciously choose what to say to ourselves, because if we did, we'd probably be saying some nicer things. So with that phrase, I have to, the best phrase to replace that with is I want to. But in many cases, we don't feel like it's resonant. We feel like we're saying a lie if we say I want to. You might feel like, well, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to complete this report. I don't want to do it at all. But what you can replace it with is I choose to. For example, I choose to complete this report because that will help me keep this job for now, keep my paycheck, and be able to support myself and maybe family as well. Now, it might feel like there's no change when you say that, but there is. And if every single time you're about to use I have to, you stop yourself and you say, I choose to, you will start seeing changes in your mental patterns and in how you feel. Because I choose to feels much more empowered. It feels like the person who's in charge is you. And you always have the freedom to choose differently if you really wanted to do so. Can you choose not to go to work tomorrow at all? Yes, you can. Does that always mean quitting your job? No. Maybe you're really so burnt out that you just need a personal day and you use one of them. Although you're not sick, you really need this time to recharge. When you say, I choose to make dinner tonight, all of a sudden other options become available to you. I can pick up something from a store on the way back. I can get some takeout. I can ask my partner, if you have one, to maybe cook something tonight and see how they're feeling. All these options become available to you. Whereas when you feel like you constantly have to do something, it makes you feel like you actually don't have a choice, which is probably one of the worst feelings in the world, feeling trapped, because naturally we're so free, we're in charge, we make our own choices, and that free spirit of who we are, our sense of freedom, is basically who we are. And anything that doesn't feel that way makes us feel horrible. So just owning your choices, and then you'll start realizing that you have many other options. I have to wash the dishes. Well, I don't. I can put them in the dishwasher, or I can leave them for another day, or I might not want to. I might still choose to wash the dishes. But the feeling that I'm doing it with is much, much better. And there's no huge feeling of overwhelm and of feeling trapped and powerless. And I would definitely recommend you trying that. And feel free to let me know in the comments below if shifting and saying these different sentences has also made a difference for you, and if you're able to do it. It's very, very helpful to set a reminder on your phone several times a day. Maybe to do that, to just say, I choose to, or I want to. Please give me a like if you like that video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.